the proven methods to achieving your goals in the long term. And I personally wish I knew this at a lot younger age. I wish I knew this many, many years ago. Unfortunately, you live and learn, hindsight 2020, but that's why I'm sharing this now. And the reason that I want to share this to you is because it's not actually mainstream. Many athletes, many entrepreneurs, many successful people use the same technique that I used where I achieved success in some parts of my life that I continue to utilize on a daily basis. And it's something that's not mainstream, and I'm glad it's not mainstream, because if it was mainstream, you would already know about it. Well, at least the intricacies and how in depth it is, and how much of a powerful tool it is to use to implement in your life. And that's why you're here. You're here to derive value for this channel. You're here to benefit your life, and good on you. That's why you're here. Otherwise, if it's all mainstream, there's no point in me making these videos. So the key thing that we are always taught in self-improvement from a young age is if you want to achieve your goals, you must be determined, you must be dedicated, and of course that's classic. We all know that. That's obviously not a new revelation. However, the one other thing that we're taught is visualization. Now, I do want to stress that visualization in a positive manner is extremely conducive. Absolutely, it's something that I implore continue to do. If you're visualizing on a daily basis, carry on visualizing on a daily basis, as much depth, as much detail as possible, day and night. Even if it's once a day, carry on visualizing 10-20 minutes, half an hour. Dr. Maxwell Maltz speaks about this in Psycho-Cybernetics. We hear about this in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Many fantastic self-improvement books that will help you get started speak about the power of visualization. But, and I must stress but, that's all well and good. That may help you attain your goals. But for me, it wasn't as powerful as visualizing in a negative manner. Now, you might be a bit baffled. You might be a bit confused. Kem, what are you talking about here? What do you mean visualize negatively? If you picture something negative in your mind and it comes true. No, what I mean by visualize in a negative manner, the point is what you're trying to do is you're trying to scaremonger. You're trying to instill fear within you. You're trying to make yourself act. You're trying to ignite a burning desire to prevent yourself from falling into that trap. Because a lot of the time, and I use this when I overcame my pornography addiction, I visualize all the no-fat benefits. And we all do this. Day 30 benefits, day 60 benefits, day 90 benefits. But for me, the most powerful tool was visualizing what would happen in a few years' time if I continued this habit. If I continued down this abysmal path, where would that lead me to in 6 months' time, in a year, 2 years, 3 years? That is, for me, more powerful and more potent than visualizing the positive. I personally do both, and I would recommend you do both. But visualizing negative was so important for me. Now, this is the exercise that I want to set out for you guys to do. First of all, spend 5-10 minutes. Close your eyes, no distractions, no one to interrupt you, no music, nothing. And just close your eyes and visualize your life 3 years from now, 5 years from now. It doesn't matter, relatively medium to long term. And what I want you to do is picture what your life looks like. Now, what I don't want you to do is envision yourself as homeless or as if you're living under a bridge, because, come on, let's be serious. The reality is you're never going to be homeless. Although if you do become homeless, it's extremely unlikely. So that scenario is not realistic. What I want you to do is envision a mediocre life, as if you are living in the midst of mediocrity. So you walk outside, just like your average Joe. Everything is mediocre. The car you drive, the woman that you're with in terms of looks and personality, the money that you earn, the holidays that you go to, holiday destinations that you go to, the clothes that you wear, in terms of your knowledge, your education. I want you to picture and visualize a mediocre life. Bog standard, average Joe, average everything. The epitome of average. That's what I want you to imagine. And what I then want you to do is, once you envision and picture that reality, that piss poor reality, what I want you to do is envision what habits you are doing currently that's going to lead you to that mediocre life. So what habits are you currently doing now that's almost guaranteeing you failure, that's almost guaranteeing you going down that path? Because let's be serious, you're watching this channel because you want to elevate into at least the top 20%. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. There's no point of you being here. And I'm going to be very blunt to a lot of you now. If you want to live an average life, there is actually nothing wrong with that. Genuinely, there's nothing wrong with that. And good on you, as long as you're happy. But then this channel is not for you. Just go away, click off, watch some entertainment, watch some Netflix. That's perfectly fine. But this channel and this video is simply not for you. This is for those who want to elevate into the top 20% in every facet, in every aspect. We're all on self-improvement. I'm documenting my journey. There's tips and values that I want to share with you guys as well. And I'm telling you now that visualizing in a positive manner is very, very important, because you've spoken about the top entrepreneurs, your Elon Musk, your Jeff Bezos, Michael Jordan, Conor McGregor. They speak about the power of visualization, but specifically, they speak about the power of negative visualization. The whole point, the whole purpose of negative visualization is to scare you into doing something. How many times, and you can really resonate and relate to this, in life, you've only done something when you've been extremely scared, when you're about to get beaten by parents, when you're about to get beaten by your friends, when you're about to face shame, embarrassment. That's the only time you act with speed, because success equals speed. Success equals speed. So that's the main thing. The only way you're going to do something is if there's fear, there's a burning desire within you. You get a kick up the arse. And visualizing negatively should give you goosebumps. It should give you that reality check, that slap in the face of, if I continue down the path that I'm going down, if I continue my daily habits on a consistent basis, where am I going to be in 3 to 5 years' time? That should terrify you. That simply should terrify you. Remaining in the same place this time next year, this time in 3 years, or even worse, stagnating, regressing. That should terrify you completely. If that doesn't terrify you, you're destined to fail. I'm telling you now, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. You cannot get away with being average and doing average things and working a bit here and working a bit. No, you have to sacrifice. I made a video on this before. You must sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice, forget about it. Forget about it. So visualize positively, but most importantly, visualize negatively, and you have to sacrifice. Because if you don't, that picture that you have in your mind of that negative reality, that will become a reality. I promise you, that will become a reality in 5 years' time. Average girlfriend, average car, average person, average body, average everything. And if that's the life that you want to live, fair play, enjoy. And then this channel is not for you. This video is simply not for you. So for me in my personal life, every time that I attained success, whether it was a sporting achievement in cross country or tennis, or when I became a champion in chess, or when I got into certain selective schools, or when I got success in a certain business that I was in, or obviously, as you guys know, I was in sales for over 1.5 years. Every time for me, the one thing that worked was visualizing negatively. What would happen if I don't achieve this goal? The regret, the pain, the despair, the misery. That's the feelings, that's the emotions that you must feel. That's the emotions that will trigger you. It's anger, it's despair, it's misery, it's that pain of regret. You know, we've all been there with the pain of regret, of how painful it truly is and how much it sets you back. And you just wish that you could go back in time and change it, but you can't, because the past is the past. And to prevent the pain of regret, you must visualize negatively, and you must pursue your goals with aggression, with violence. And I mean that in the most respectful way, because otherwise you just won't achieve it. Otherwise you just won't be where you want to be. You must sacrifice, you must visualize negatively, and you must continue pushing forwards. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.